Alright, guys. We have found soO. He's not asleep. I think we've covered everything. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot them my way. I don't really mind answering them. Obviously, I cannot always give exact numbers. I don't know if Twitch would necessarily like it if I give everything out, but I think you guys have a pretty good idea of how it's going. Start recording. We are live with the first ever postponed match of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. This match was supposed to happen yesterday night. I have the wrong overlay, damn it. I was not ready. I had so much time to set all of this up and I didn't do it. This is also wrong. Total disaster. I'm gonna end this recording and start a new recording. Disable alerts, chat. Yes, okay. I don't think they do, Nate Diggity, but that might not be the goal, right? At least not on the short term. Alright, let's start our recording. Here we go. The first ever postponed match of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. We tried to get adventurous with a Korean player at 3 AM, but we were behind schedule. It turned into 4 AM and the man went to sleep. We don't blame him, but we will still get to see our best of 5. $100 will go to the winner of this series. The loser gets 25 buckies. Let's do it. Shout out to BASILISK for the Big Brain Bouts.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
Top right side of Crimson Court, it's the American player that is spending some time in Korea, currently sharing an apartment with Clem, Australia, and Trigger. It is a future. And he's gonna play a TVZ best of 5 against your Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2019 champ for the first time ever. We welcome to the Big Brain Bouts soO of WBG. That is possible, Steinboken. I mean, I would never say never when it comes to Starcraft 3. But I do like to shut down people that have hope about a Starcraft 3 announcement coming anytime soon, because that is just not going to happen at all. If you guys like RTS, I think there is plenty of stuff to get excited over, to look forward to. I personally think Battle Aces is freaking amazing. But don't forget that in 3 days you guys can play Stormgate, early access. So that is exciting. There is Tempest Rising that I believe has a beta right now or something, early access. And obviously Starcraft 2, Warcraft 3, Age of Empires 2, they're all here. They're not going anywhere. But don't get your hopes up for Starcraft 3 anytime soon, because it is just not going to happen. Huh? Well, speedy recovery, Daniel. I'm glad that I was able to entertain you. Yeah, we've obviously, we always stream a lot, but the last 2 weeks in particular, I do feel like we've made some serious hours. But hey, it was worth it. It was good. Yes, there will be a tournament immediately over in Korea called the Tasteless Land, the Tasteless House Party, whatever it is. Basically, 3 days after early access, there will be a tournament hosted by Tasteless over in Korea. And we are allowed to watch it on my channel. Some co-streaming. And that is the first one. And I'm definitely going to be paying attention, because I need to learn a few things. I think it's a exact miss, Star King. The Warcraft 3 players say that Stormgate is too much like Starcraft, and the Starcraft players say that Stormgate is too much like Warcraft. So the truth is that it's probably exactly in the middle. I have honestly not played a whole lot, so I can't say much about it. But if you ask me 5 days from now, I'll probably have a better answer for you. Future is a very aggressive Terran, guys. He's always been. He's played a couple of bangers in the past against Scarlett in the ESL Masters North America. But what's cool about Future is that he always has his own spin to things. He's got his own timings that don't really make sense. But because they don't make sense, they can look fantastic. We've got a Hellion, 2 Reapers, and a Medevac. Going to the other side of the map. soO at the moment has 8 Zerglings. That is not necessarily enough. soO's gonna need a little bit more. Battling with Queens is gonna buy him some time. But we need units here, my friend. I was very surprised to hear that some people already played Tempest Rising, because I haven't heard anything about that, about signing up anywhere or being able to stream it, but the trailer of that game actually looked really sick. Now, I don't think it's going to be like a perfectly balanced esports or something, but it actually does look like just a fun game to play, to build some badass units and have some explosions, have some cool battles. I actually feel like that's going to be fun. Reaper's hopping into the main base, getting a drone and no second drone though for future. So overall, soO made it through this relatively unscathed. I think Future gave a little too much respect to the 5 Zerglings and 4 Queens in the center of the map. But obviously he cannot see what we see, so I think it's acceptable. I do agree with that statement, Starking. I think this is an important month for the future of RTS. Not just esports RTS, but I definitely think RTS altogether. The success of Stormgate, I think, is going to be a strong indicator of stuff that we can expect in the future. And obviously the Esports World Cup with Starcraft. Can we get a lot of people that used to watch Starcraft back into watching Starcraft? Do the people that run that tournament, are they excited with the Starcraft games and the competition? Do they care? I don't know, but I assume they do. So yeah, it is a very, very exciting month. I think they are still developing Zero Space, Andrew. They're just currently working on a bunch of stuff. But Katz is, I believe, a full-time employee for Zero Space. Huh. I think he's the lead game or lead balance designer. Maybe balance. If you guys go to Katz's Twitter, you can read his title. And they are absolutely still working on that. And I think that Scarlett is still involved as well. Some other people have said that before as well, Jado, and I still cannot say too much about the whole art style of Stormgate. Once more, ask me in 5 days when I'm streaming it, when I'm playing it, then I will obviously have my opinions. I actually think Battle Aces looks really cool. Some people say it's a bit too cartoony, but I actually think Battle Aces looks awesome. I feel like if you like how Starcraft looks, why wouldn't you like how Battle Aces look? As the Queen's hero leading the charge, and soO is going to go for it. Slow banelings or not, he does surround a couple of these tanks. I feel like Future could have gone for the pickup there, guys, with the medevac. He had space in those medevacs as well, but he is not able to save any of those tanks that got surrounded by all the links. And it is soO, our Korean Zerg veteran, who's starting to look pretty good here on Crimson Court. I guess the Liberator is finding a couple of drones, 3 of them in total, but... tiny missed opportunity here, guys. If you have an empty medevac and 2 tanks that are not siege get surrounded, you have to boost that medevac forward. You have to try to save those tanks. Tanks are a little too important to not even try to save them. The Future is definitely playing a lot of Starcraft at the moment. He's had some good results lately, so surprised by that. But maybe the man is just warming up. Future throws on a scan, finds a Queen hero of soO, and is going to push back the creep a little bit, but there are so many active creep doors that he can't really do it. We are currently working with 5 barracks, and we're adding 3 more. 5 plus 3 is what, guys? Is that a build? Is that a build that we have been talking about? Hello, Foxer. How's this map, Foxer, for TVZ? Is it hell? Or can we live with it? On a scale of Site Delta to a 10. What do we think of Crimson Core? There's a few of the creep tumors do get picked off. Scan is going to reveal a lot of active creep tumors. Future throws out another one. Much stronger minute now for Future. He's actually getting a couple of nice freebies. Even a few of the babies getting picked off. 5 plus 3 is not enough for 3 base? No, it is, man. 8 racks on 3 bases is incredibly common, it's incredibly standard. That is totally fine. 8 barracks on 3 bases is the magical number. Hello, Dolan. Look at all my American Terran amigos stopping by. I hope you guys know that it always makes me happy. Hive tech on the way for soO, as we have a lot of Lings and Banes on the production tab, plus 2 melee as well. Future, I don't think he was totally ready for this fight. Off creep, soO, how far are we willing to go off creep? soO says very, very, very far. Because the best cure to a 3 Rex, or an 8 Rex, excuse me, is preventing it from ever happening. Look at these Lings and Banes go. I mean, this is definitely expensive. Well, Future has lost the vast majority of his important units. The only thing that he really has left are 2 tanks and a Liberator. To make this build work, it really is time for the American Terran, Joseph, to start making some serious progress. soO has just done such a good job in renewing those creep tumors over and over again and making it hard for Future to really continue pushing. These games, of course, are played on the Korean server as both players are currently in Korea. soO gets a surround on a couple of the links and, a couple of the Marines. As he fires up Future fires up +3 attack and +3 armor. soO is still waiting for his +2 melee. Hive tech is done. We don't really have any hive tech upgrades yet or hive tech units. What we do have is still a silly amount of Link Bane, and the connections that soO continues to find, I want to say, are good. But soO is also playing this like he is a 9-base Zerg on 95 drones, and he's sitting on a pocket full of cash. soO is honestly kind of broke. And for a man who's kind of broke, maybe some of these fights have been a tiny bit too adventurous. 74 drones and a rich Vespian guys, but he's now going to lose access to the rich Vespian guys. And the Hydras don't even really have their upgrades yet. Like, so why did we go high if we're only on 74 drones and we're taking so many fights? To fire up +3 melee before Adrenal Cleanse? I actually think the future is okay. That Liberator has 26 kills at the moment, and it's still very healthy. Future does obviously need to be careful. He cannot get surrounded on creep. We know that soO's army is pretty massive on creep. He's got this base fully saturated. We do have the hatchery on the top left side as well. But soO obviously does not want to lose even more creep, even more ground, or the base next to his main. As he goes for it with Hydra, Link Bane, turns around eventually, gets a tank. Future is now going up to 4 bases. He's dropping a 4th command center on location of the rich Vespian guys. Thank you to Urza TV Canada. That sounds like a Bruno sub. As we have a few liberators on the, a single liberator on the left side, getting 4 drones. Future still battling. Excellent start. Yesterday the BBB was amazing. We had nothing but bangers. Seems like these guys are willing to give us a banger as well. But soO goes off creep, runs out of banelings, and he's made some really big investments. +3 melee, +3 carapace, Adrenal Glands. He's just at this point lacking units. soO does not have enough firepower. He's going to turn around with the drones. I really don't know about that. I mean, I don't know, losing the base is obviously problematic, but losing all your drones in the base, that's a whole lot more problematic. And we don't have an Ultralisk Cavalry, and we're not going to get Ultras out anytime soon. Things are starting to look pretty good for the American Terran player Future here. As Joe is about to get his hands on his own 3-3 upgrades as well, so he's got an upgrade advantage. At this point, he's got a 4th base, something he's never had before. He's just killed 39 drones. Very strong first game by Future. We did not have a single 3-0 last night, guys. We had a 3-2, a 3-2, and a 3-1. So, hopefully it is a perfect BBB without a single 3-0. But that is pretty much the only job that I have. Try to avoid those 3-0. Hydra, Link Bane, and honestly not high enough numbers here for soO. I'm afraid that this game is just kind of over. Problem for soO is that he did a little bit of everything. We went high, but we took very big fights without hive tech. We went 3-3, we took all the fights before 3-3. It just didn't really add up, and it is Joseph, the American Terran player, who's going to take the 1-0 lead in the final best of 5. Not just of today, but obviously the one that was supposed to be played yesterday. And that is just one round. soO had his moments. I do think he got a tiny bit carried away a few times, way far off creep. Took some good fights. But the problem for soO as well is that he did all of this of 74 drones. It's not a mega high number. Now if you have the rich Vespian guys, you're going to say like, it's like 78. But it's not like 90, 95. Wait, they're hosting the wrong game. Hello? Sick map, but hello? Why? They actually started the game as well. They're just hosting Golden Wall. I guess they're supposed to host they're supposed to host Golden Aura. They hosted it up as soon as like, I'm ready, man. Going for it. Would have been a banger. It's a great map. I love it, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. I mean, if they would have loaded into the game and they would have said we're going with it, I would have let them. I do not care. Golden aura it is, guys. Golden aura it is. I could do it's next Friday, the final Friday before the Esports World Cup. I could do a BBB ones on the Dream Pool. Get lost and found, 2K atmosphere, data C, maybe a sneaky Cloud Kingdom in there, Golden Wall. Why not? It's my event. Can make up the rules as we go.
Round 2, fight!
Top left side, guys, of Golden Aura. We're looking at the main base of the American Terran, taking the 1-0 lead with an 8 Rex, a very late 4th base. Just a bit of everything, honestly. It is Joseph, future. Bottom right side of Golden Aura, we are looking at the main base of our Korean Zerg representing WBG. It is a soO. WBG used to obviously be Dragon Kaiser Gaming. The man goes for back-to-back pool first. Did it last game. Submarine, good map. Abyssal Reef, goated map. I mean, it should not be hard to make an epic map pool, even if it's 9 maps, with great maps of the past. I've always been fond of Echo and Coda as well. I thought Echo and Coda were cool. So pool first into hatch. The future is gonna go CC. Was it CC first? It was CC first. Okay. What are you guys arguing over? Hello, the Yankees. That's amazing. The Yankees telling me, I forgot to tell you, but a co-worker came to me saying they knew I liked RTS games, and they asked me if I checked out Battle Aces, and they told me to check out a Battle Aces streamer named Roddy. The man has been subbed to my channel for over 100 months, but his co-worker is like, check him out. Hey, shout out to that guy. Tell him I appreciate that, the Yankees. That's fun. So I missed part of what you guys are currently discussing with the Age of Empires 4 thing and the Starcraft 2 thing. But I think it is undeniable to say that Marine Lord, Demu and Beastie did themselves a massive favor by switching over to Age of Empires. They are all, I think, significantly more successful streaming that game and playing that game than they would have been in Starcraft 2. So even if I obviously would like to see them stick around in Starcraft and play some games with Terran, all 3 of them play Terran, they all did great business for themselves by switching over to Age of Empires. Ben's stream is still doing great. He's winning tournaments. Beastie Cutie won more tournaments in Age of Empires than he ever did in Starcraft 2. And same goes for Marine Lord. And obviously Beastie, his stream blew up. I think his YouTube is doing great. So those guys all did fantastic for themselves. And I think at that point you just gotta be happy with them, even if for them. Even if it would have been cool to see them still play StarCraft 2, etc. Would I rather see all of them barely get by or not even get by playing StarCraft and be miserable? Or see them play Age of Empires 4 and be more successful than ever before? I think that's awesome for them, right? And hey, maybe one day we'll see them play a couple of StarCraft games again, but I don't think I really wanted to see my boy Benny struggle another Monday morning to Monday afternoon playing nothing but barcode prototypes for 6 hours in a row. I had the feeling that it did not make my boy very happy. Marine Lord was not very happy competing anymore. So I think it's awesome that they're all happy and successful in Age of Empires. Let them do their thing. Mm. 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 2-1-1 setup over here for future, as we have gone without the Reaper. He hasn't even scouted, but the fact that soO revealed his Zerglings, I think gives future a very good idea of what has been happening on the other side of the map. Disrupt his shattered Demu's heart. I don't think it was the disruptor. I just think it was Ben has a specific timing window that he streams at. He basically wakes up and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. he streams. And then for the rest of the day he's a family man. If on that specific period you stream Starcraft every single day on Europe, in this day and age on the level of Ben, you're gonna run into the same 6-7 barcode processes all day, every day, over and over and over again. And no matter how much you like Starcraft, that is not gonna make you happy. Does Demo still cast SC2? Yeah. Well, we haven't seen him that much this year, but I expect to see Benny in Saudi Arabia like he was there last year for Game S8. And Ben also casted the regionals. First 2 medevacs of Future on the other side of the map, as the 2-1-1 opening obviously gives you some map presence and some serious firepower very early on the other side of the map. soO has droned up all the way up to 63 drones, so his economy is solid. Losing a couple overlords sucks, but he's going fully laser on us and he's building 7 overlords at once, so he's not going to be supply blocked for a very long time. At home we've got an extra Rex coming online in the 3rd CC. Ooh, that was a close call. Future stims and he gets a very quick cancel on that 4th base. And it's good news for soO that it was cancelled. Lings and a couple of slow banelings. Ooh, nice snipes by Future. These American Terrans, guys. These American Terrans are built different. soO may be a little bit overconfident there that he can just roll a couple of links and slow banes forward, but that was absolutely not the case. And Future is cooking here, man. soO is going to have to step it up a little bit, guys. Otherwise, our Korean Zerg is in trouble. And then there is a chance we are going to see a 3-0 after all in this edition of the Big Brain Bouts. I haven't seen soO mega much lately, but I did expect him to be in pretty decent shape, considering the fact that he did his best with Esports World Cup qualifiers, and we've seen him in some of the other Korean tourneys. But he's honestly been playing a little bit reckless. I don't know if he's underestimating Future or not, but after that first game, how could you possibly underestimate him? And I'm sure that they've run into each other on the ladder. We have some banelings coming in from the right side. This is good enough. Good enough to get on top of the tanks. And good enough to survive until we get our hands on baneling speed. We are dropping a 5th hatchery as well. Now Future has completely closed that worker gap that we were looking at a little while ago. soO was mining a whole lot more, but Future is up to 59 SCVs right now. 59 SCVs against 59 drones, obviously fantastic. As a few more banes get sniped. Finally, our Korean Zerg is going to get his hands on the 1-1 upgrades. Yeah. Hatchery got saved. How many queens are remaining? 5 queens in total. Yeah. Apparently Ben was watching Reynor against Goblin yesterday. I stopped by Ben's stream this morning and had a little chitty chat with him. And he did say that he was watching Reynor Goblin with his community. 2 tanks are going to siege up on the high ground. First one dies very quickly. And it seems like we got enough Link Bane here. So this is an alrighty fight for soO. Unfortunately for our Korean Zerg, he doesn't quite get the dream connections with the bio. But that part was alright. 2 upgrades on the way. Will soO... I don't want to see him fire up a big round of drones, guys. 8 is solid. Could have maybe done it a tiny bit quicker before those Lings and Banes, but I'm happy to see him build more drones. Because 68 drones is not enough. And as a player, you can check how many workers you have. Something that they implemented 7 years ago to this game is they have a... if you're playing 1v1, there's a tiny icon in the top right. If you put your mouse on it, it will tell you how many workers you have and how much army supply you have. It is a tool that I use very often personally. Maybe soO just used it as well and he saw it was 68, and 68 is not enough to continue battling forever. It's enough to max out. It's not enough to max out and gather a bank. And it's unlikely that you win with your first time maxing out as a Zergie. Scan goes down, the Future is sniping a few more Banes. And he's playing well. Barely losing anything in most of these little exchanges. Yeah. I use F1 all the time as well. It always fascinates me when I'm watching some players that are way better than me, but then I just see idle workers somewhere. And I was like, no, like that never happens to me. See like 3 SCVs chilling next to a command center. You see a couple probes that's not doing anything after warping in stuff. And I'm like, I press F1 like every 3 seconds. My micro may suck, my macro may be mediocre, but all of my workers are always working. I cannot stand that icon if it's there. Even 1 drives me insane. I will always take care of it. soO is gonna get very adventurous here with an insane amount of Ling Bane, 45 Banelings and over 100 Zerglings are just very casually rolling into the natural or future, maybe rolling into the 3rd base as well. soO's gonna get so much here. Future is gonna save a decent amount of the SCVs, but 2 Banelings remain. We have Lings and Banes in the natural as well. Oh my goodness. soO with the ultimate, the D-Maga-like scent. Lair Tech, Ling Bane, 2 upgrades, 80 drones. Oh, that was a cent and a half. That was a cent and a half. Are we happy with what we got done there? Got a bunch of tanks. Got 30 SCVs. Still has. Is this a burrowed Baneling or is it a Zergling? It's a Bane. No, Zergling. Sorry. Couple of burrowed Zerglings left over. soO going full nasty on us. Roddy the workaholic. I'm almost done, mate. I'm going to have a very chill Saturday for myself, don't you worry. At 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday, I am done. I'm gonna have some nice food with Vicky, go for a walk, drink some wine, watch the UFC tonight. Plenty of time for fun stuff. Orbital might die to Banelings here, by the way. If we don't lift it, we do lift it in the end, but there are still a lot of Lings and Banes left over. One of the tanks gets picked off, the second one gets picked off by Zerglings. The missile turret here gets taken care of. That's very annoying, because now the Zerglings can continue to burrow. soO's having a good time here. I think as long as he keeps on picking off SCVs and tanks, he's okay. But it's also important that we get a bit of a bank and we think of the next phase of our ZVT as Hive Tech is on the way. I kind of feel like Widow Mines would have been insane for future, and I know that he's just not playing Widow Mines, so it's silly to talk about it, but I really don't think you could have made these kinds of fights and engagements. And soO, by the way, is taking the corner base. It's very smart. Taking control of both of the corner bases is pretty awesome. Who do I have in the UFC tonight? I need to take a look at the exact matchups. But when it comes to the main event, I like Leon Edwards. I am definitely a Leon Edwards fan tonight. And also, I always feel so bad when somebody loses in front of their hometown audience. Or maybe they're not quite hometown. I don't think he's from Manchester. But obviously the crowd is going to be massively Leon favored. So I'll be very sad if Leon loses. I hope he wins. Burrowed Bane Trap still a thing? It is absolutely a thing. The only issue is for soO that almost the entire map is purple. And obviously Future is always going to scan. But while running into running up these ramps next time, maybe burrowing a few Banes here or here would not be a bad play. A couple of things are gonna get some monstrous shots up, but there is just so much freaking Zerg. This really is the swarm. When they designed the Zerg a long time, even a ghost gets blown up by Ling Bane. Once more, it's a bunch of SCVs falling. This was expensive though. We left a single burrowed Zergling behind. I'm very happy that soO is doing this of 84 drones. Because if he was doing this of anything less, not something he can get away with. The man has already lost 7,700 resources more than the American Terran. But we are going to get Hive Tech, we are going to get some Ultras. We will be able to mine of these corner bases, and these are bases that technically belong to Future. Or actually, at least one of them does. Not both, but one. My favorite UFC athlete? I really liked Hamzat, but I'm getting so tired of him never fighting. And in the past, obviously, I did like Connor. But we have Lings and Banes once more storming up that ramp. Future is microing his spot off, but all the Marines die. Now it's just a bunch of ghosts remaining. But the Lings are powerful. There's quite a few fighters that I like, mate. I like Leon Edwards right now. I would say he's one of my favorites. John Jones is cool, even if he's a bit of a donkey. I do get hyped for John Jones. Hi guys, this is Showmatch. This is a postponed best of 5 from yesterday. The games are live. It was supposed to be played yesterday at local time, like almost 4 AM in Korea. But soO went to bed. soO had enough of it, or he just fell asleep. And he overslept and he didn't make it, so we had to postpone the series to today. The score is 1-0 in favor of Future, but this game, it really does look like it is all soO. It is an insane amount of Ling Bane that our Korean legend has made. The IM Katowice champ of 2019 just can't get enough. More Lings, more Banes, plus 3 Carapace was done this time around. As we blow up a couple of Banelings, we don't have an Overseer, guys, so we can't see the ghost. But soO said, fuck it, I'm rich. I've got Banelings for days, we're just gonna blow them up. Because he's taking out more and more and more SCVs. And Future had enough of it. After 15 minutes and 35 seconds, it is soO. The man lost 1 drone, 659 Zerglings, 110 Banelings exploded before they connected. But he killed 101 SCVs and 20 siege tanks. 1-1. The winner of this best of 5 gets 100 bucks. The loser gets 25. That prize money is provided by BASILISK, of course. And we had technically a perfect night at the office yesterday. My goal when it comes to the Big Brain Bouts is always to make 4 best of 5s and not a single one ends 3-0. Yesterday, we had that. A 3-2, a 3-2, a 3-1. And we're all tied up between these two. So it was a banger BBB after all. Yeah, I would really like Widow Mines. Against the way that soO has been playing so far, I would like Mines. But maybe Future is a little bit worried about the Hydras that soO did make on Crimson Court. And maybe there is a bit of a meta between these two that I'm not aware of. Where they ran into each other a bunch on the ladder. And that if he goes with Widow Mines, he just keeps on losing to Hydralisk. I don't know. Sometimes it's impossible for me to know exactly what is happening in custom games or ladder games between players. Seems like we're gonna be dirty here or not. Yes, we are. I love it.
Round 3. Fight.
Top left side, sending out the boys. It's our American Terran players. We're all tied up. He's currently in Korea and he will be there for a little while. A Future. And he's gonna duke it out with the man who went back-to-back early pool, by the way. And this is the first time he's gonna go hedge first. And what is this, by the way? So we're just scouting? Wait, I'm confused. Okay, so we wanted to go for eBay block perhaps, but that did not work. Bottom right side of site Delta, we are looking at main base of a Korean legend. Your IM Katowice 2019 champ, WBG soO. So I guess Future wanted to go for an eBay block in the matchup, which surprised me a little bit. Sent out an SCV very early. Is he still going to build a barracks? The 1 barracks at home, 1 barracks out on the map. So it's 2 Rex Reaper, but it's going to be a bit more difficult to figure out that it's 2 Rex Reaper. I don't know, guys. I am lost. And yeah, indeed, the Future did make a lot of ghosts relatively early last game. And ghosts are awesome against high HP units, lurkers, broodlords, ultras, you name it, ghosts can shine. If your opponent is just rolling 300 banelings and zerglings into you over and over again. There are some moments where the ghosts can still be useful because they're pretty tanky, but that's obviously not why you're making ghosts. You would much rather have some proper splash damage, whether it's Widow Mines, more tanks, you name it. Even a few Marauders perhaps. Marauders are tanky against the Banes. Ghosts are very tanky as well, but they're just expensive. Do Overlord pick up units as quick as Medevacs? No. Because I believe that when it comes to Dropper Lords, actually, they do pick them up rather quickly. You can actually click like 8 links in a Dropper Lords very quickly. That might actually be true. Fjont. What's quicker, a Medevac pickup or an Overlord pickup? Assuming that the unit is right underneath the Dropper Lord. Same. If I think of like 8 links hopping into a Dropper Lord, that is very quick. The Reapers and the SCV are gonna work on this hatchery. The fact that soO managed to get this hatchery down this early is actually pretty sick for him, assuming that he does not have to cancel it. I do think we're gonna have to cancel it. Zergling speed is nowhere near done. Reapers are gonna come out in pretty high numbers. A Queen cannot really go that far off creep, so this is gonna get cancelled. And then it works out well for the American. I hope that we cancel. Cancel, mate! Cancel! Oh my goodness, that's so close. He's crazy. What? That was like 1 HP. Why? Why do we ever have to live our life that dangerously? I don't know. But we've done it. Did manage to now easily get that creep tumor down, so that is something. soO making a decent amount of Zerglings as Zergling speed is getting a little bit closer to finishing up. I don't think it's advanced Shutter, but if I think of like Demi, who has a link dropped me many times, if there are 8 links here and you have a drop lord and you right click, I feel like all 8 are inside of the drop lord in like 0.1 second. It's actually very quick. It sounds like a Slurpee. It's like and then the overload is full. Unloading takes a little while, but loading them in is really quick. I hate that sound. It has caused me a lot of pain. I don't want to multitask. Why do you think I'm balling off? To not deal with Zerglings in my main base or natural. Stupid overlords. Future's follow-up is a quick stim as he's got a starport and a factory triple CC. What are we gonna build then? Raven Banshee. I want to say Banshees, but maybe. I don't know. It is a Banshee. The problem is that we're not gonna have Hellion Banshee. I feel normally what makes Banshees awesome is that you can keep the Zerg busy with the Hellions and then maybe find some success elsewhere with the Banshees. So we're trying to go up to 4 bases now, even though the 3rd base is not even really done yet. The Reapers are not going to get a cancel this time around, even though Future really wants it. He wants the kill, and he's going to get a cancel in the end, so that's actually pretty sick. May not have been the biggest delay ever. Is it on the right spot? I feel like it should be fine, but for some reason this looks like a very long distance. Guys? Did we misplace this? I don't know if I've just seen too many video games or if I think today or if this is misplaced, but it looks a little bit off to me. But I might just be crazy. Yeah, I feel like it's 1 square off somewhere. But I might just be crazy because we have seen too many games in the last 2 days. On the minimap it does look fine, yeah. Maybe it's fine. I'm crazy, guys, ignore me. Just an old man yelling at the cloud. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know. It's just me, guys. It's just me. Old man yelling. I swear it used to look different back in my days. But I think it's fine. Nothing wrong with that hatchery. I stand corrected. It is the most fine hatch ever. Marines are here with Stim as a single tank is going to hop out. 1 medevac gets picked off immediately. That's actually a pretty big loss, guys. Because, oh my goodness, the 2nd medevac is going to get picked off as well. I don't really like it. What do we have on the other side of the map? A couple Zerglings and SCVs. Those are no Banelings. soO is going to lose a couple of his queens, but these Marines will always die if a few more links show up. I don't know. I think that Future would have liked to see that go on a little while longer and be dancing on the edge of creep. If we can actually somehow save all these Marines, then I would absolutely say that was a pretty big victory for the American Terran player. Even if we're playing on site the Delta, Foxer is shaking on his boots. soO killed 2 medevacs there very quickly. So 2 medevacs is pretty good. Is there a shiver running down your spine every single time we load into site Delta? Do you pour one out for the Terran brethren that have to play on this map? 1-1 for both players, as Future is 6 workers ahead. That's pretty massive. But I feel like soO is just built different. Whatever applies to a Reynor game really does not have to apply to a soO game. soO has no fear. The man just attacks, since a couple of lings are gonna get on top of the 4th base that was being built on location, and he gets cancelled. I don't know anyone who hates Side Delta TVZ as much as our boy Foxy. I cannot open a Discord channel without Foxy letting us know how he really feels. Used to be Maru's map choice, mate. Where Maru lost round 1 in the WTL against Serral last year, he picked Side Delta. He could have picked any map, and he picked Side Delta. I think that you guys just got a little spoiled over time with your Crimson Court. So many good choices. We are gonna get quick burrow again. Also, a quick hive by soO. soO is really the only Zerg out there that is down 9 workers against the Terran, and he's probably feeling pretty comfortable in this game. Hello, Proto. Thank you, Hippo matey, for the 3 months. I appreciate it. Hello? Hashtag rollout. Poor tank. That tank deserved better. Overall, I would say Future is in a pretty good spot. But we do have Hive Tech that is done. And the Ultralisk Cavern is going to be planted down. We've got a couple of Vipers. soO and Vipers. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to see that. Is it time for the Reynor? Do you guys believe that we'll see the Reynor in action here? Is this the Spirit Bear? I like that account. It's a beautiful name, Bruno. Scan goes down, as creep tumors are going to get picked up and going to get pushed back a little bit further. It's a lot of links and bangs before Reynor lands, but we do get some nice connections with the buy units. We're going to get us around on the tanks as well. How much longer do you want to stick around, soO? soO says yes. I was like, what does that mean, soO? How much longer do you want to stick around? soO just says yes. Turned around, he's like, oh, never mind, it's actually going pretty good. I'm going to get those 2 tanks as well. And in the end, he is going to force Future to pick up the last 3 remaining Marauders. And fire up 88 Zerglings immediately. soO is an animal. Alright, where are the Vipers? I like that we're using this hatchery. We could go for anything else. We could go for an extractor. We could go for a macro hatch. soO's like, no, the triangle, baby. Do you think SC2 will be included in the Olympics? I'm completely clueless, mate, about the plans of the Olympics and their esports games, but yeah, I think there is a chance. I don't want to get my hopes up though. I believe there will be a RTS. Which RTS will it be? Lord knows. We have a couple Vipers. Did that hatchery get killed? Yep, that hatchery got killed, not cancelled, so that's a lot of minerals down the drain. soO just goes for a parasitic bomb, guys. An early parasitic bomb. I mean, I guess Abduct wouldn't have done much for us because we have no anti-air. We haven't need our first few mines. We don't have drilling claws, but 3 mines is something. Who's gonna take the 2-1 lead in the final best of 5 of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts number 65? It was obviously supposed to be the second to last series, but it is what it is. Kindness blading is done. Vipers are here. A little parabomb in the middle of all these medevacs. Nice micro by Future. Finds the one that's effective immediately. But the blinding cloud by soO is honestly pretty sick. And the Vipers is still alive. How good is that ultra? It's pretty good. We do take the fight right before +3. But hey, if you see a great engagement as a Zerg, you just gotta go for it. You don't get too many great looks at the Terran army like that. What do we got here? 4 Marines. Top right side. I'm gonna cancel or something. Gotta give it to soO, guys. The Viper survived. Our 2 Vipers survived. A soO with spellcasters is pretty terrifying. The man won IEM Katowice without really anything in that regard. soO makes that. Yeah. soO does make Dark look like a passive, macro-oriented Zerg. Our boy's crazy. soO just likes to battle. He's still playing with that Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm attitude. Every attack has potential to be a game-ending attack. You don't really need to drone up. You can build a lot of units, and then build a couple of drones, and then build a lot of units, and then build a few more drones. Any game where soO did not at least lose 500 Zerglings is not a proper game of Starcraft 2. Future is gonna turtle up. He's got a couple of very defensive tanks. We've got sensor towers. We're gonna get Widow Mines and Liberators in the mix as well. I think especially the Widow Mines makes perfect sense after everything that happened on Gold and Aura. Like, look at these mine hits. Every single mine hit has been cash money. We could use more, and we should really get drilling claws too. But that is something we can worry about later. Future is not going to be able to morph this base into a planetary. Did not cancel that command center. So that's 400 minerals down the drain. The gold star here. They have to run away against a few Banes. More Banelings make it through the cracks. How does soO have so many units? Does the man ever run out of units? He has killed 39 SCVs. He does not have an overseer. He's not going to kill any of the ghosts here. There's so much Zerg. You are going to medevac with 4 very unhealthy Marauders in the bottom side of the map. They will find the queen. Thank you, Josh, matey. Nothing clever to say today. so. Sorry, mate. Alerts are disabled, but I saw it on my phone. Thank you for the 4 buckies. Hope you're doing good. Are we still chilling in Argentina? Or Brazil, rather. Sorry. Building armor is on for future, by the way. That might help. I love the Widow Mines. I just think we need more. We need a Clem amount of Widow Mines. I don't know if Clem is looking at these games. Clem was here yesterday for the Coco games. He's currently sharing the apartment with Future. I feel like Clem should be here and should be helping out a little. Like more mines? Get drilling claws and more freaking mines. So many goals, by the way. That's going to be nice against the 4 Ultras, but I don't know if that's really going to help us against 130 Zerglings. Obviously, soO's going to lose a lot of links here, but soO does not give a damn. The Swarm. It is a ridiculous amount of Swarm. Anti-air? I don't even know what that is. And who cares? If you just run through the Liberators, they're not really participating in the fight. These ghosts have been running for days. And there are still Lings and Ultras getting on top of it. Ooh, one Ultra. Actually, finally a couple of the ghosts get revealed. I don't know by what. By something. This boy is crazy. soO is absolutely crazy. But it's working out. He's just finding so much eco damage. Has lost 567 Zerglings. Has already killed 66 SCVs. And 121 Marines and 13 Ghosts. And it's still summer now, Josh, but if you wait another few months, it is not worth. I have to tell people that want to visit the Netherlands. I think Netherlands is pretty fun in the summer, but I feel like in the winter, or there's a good chance that it's just going to be miserable. That it's going to be cold, windy, rainy. And then our big cities are pretty dead. There's really not a whole lot happening. Widow Mine's finding some okay-ish connections, but we've learned one thing is that soO will always have more links. He's got 17 larvae, got 1 macro hatch, I believe, only. Just done such a good job. The planetary fortress is down, but the planetary fortress is probably gonna die immediately. We even have a few corruptors showing up to take care of at least some of these liberators. Maybe get on top of a medevac. There are some overseers in the mix. 1 or 2 of them are gonna get sniped. Plenty of Lings and Ultras remaining. soO has even taken control of the top right side. Has once more re-established center left. The man is everywhere. Queen actually has a lot of energy, which surprises me. It kind of feels like he's been on top of his injects. Is Future the same level as Maru and Cure? No. Future is incredibly good, but he's not quite Maru or Cure. That goes a little bit far. Man, after that first drop on the bottom side of Golden Aura, and soO losing a bunch of units that I feel like he shouldn't have lost, I was actually worried about a 3-0 in favor of Future. But now 19 minutes into side Delta, it is starting to look more and more like this series is going to go soO's way. Only that those Widowmine shots are becoming a bit of an issue. The ghost count is still 15, and never count out a Terran with 15 ghosts. You look at the map. You guys are probably thinking, brother, stop having hopium and copium. Stop puffing, mate. Stop puffing whatever you're puffing. It's not gonna happen. Probably not. But if I see a Terran with 110 army supply and 15 ghosts, I just kind of refuse to count them out. Obviously, this does not look good for Future. Future is one bad fight away from having to wave the white flag and allowing the Korean to take the 2-1 lead. More Widow Mines, but we have still no drilling claws. Only 4 Widow Mines out on the map. Couple of snipes are going to land. Future might take an alright fight here, to be honest. Up this ramp with a Liberator, with a tank. Yeah, I think this was a very good fight on the side of the American Terran player. Unfortunately, he does lose 19 additional SCVs. It drops. Look at that. What? Oh my goodness. soO just fully sends it. It felt that he wasn't even all that rich before this fight started. And the moment that the fight is over, we have 114 Zerglings on the production tab. The creep is indeed everywhere. I don't think that soO can really spread another 2 more forward. And maybe over here on the top left side. We can have a tiny bit of extra creep on the top right, but 111 army supply against 114. But one guy has all the bases, and the other one is basically mining off one, right? There's no money left here. This base right here is the only base that Future has. You say 2 more fights, yeah, could be correct. Liberator count is increasing though. We got 6 lips right now, and we only have 6 corruptists. Alright. Still, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, he's gonna send it again. Widowmine shot is pretty damn large. Lings and Banes are going to make it through though. Where are all those medevacs, guys? We don't really have many medevacs remaining. The ghosts were forced to run so far away. I don't know where the medevacs are. I just don't see them. One Overseer in the mix is good enough to still grant some detection. And it's not 2 more fights. It is just one final fight. WBG soO takes the 2-1 lead. The man is an animal. So many links. That's all I got to say. So many Zerglings, so many Banelings. Future came out strong in game 1 and looked honestly pretty damn dominant on Crimson Gourd. It is a great Terran map. Had a good start to game 2 as well. And for a split second I was like, is this going to be the only 3-0? But that's not the case at all. Instead it is soO who takes the 2-1 lead. And I do believe that side Delta was a Future pick. I guess game 4 will be Oceanborn. And game 1 was Crimson Court, game 2 was Golden Aura, game 3 Side Delta, game 4 Oceanborn. Just build more units. The man had a lot of units. Guess we can say a lot of things about the performance of soO today, but one thing that I will not allow is anybody to say that he did not build enough units. Because at any given moment, we were maxing out on more Lings and more Banes. Oceanborn for potentially our final game, or do we get another rubber match?
Round 4. Fight!
Top left side of Oceanborn. We are looking at the main base of the American Terran player. Things did not work out for him on side Delta. Can we turn things around? Can we make more Widow Mines? Can we get drilling claws? I would love it. This is Future. Yeah, this man really has worked on at least some of his mechanics, because the creep spread was excellent. If you go back to soO 2019, the IEM Katowice champ, he did it mostly just off having a crazy amount of units on lair tech, roaches and hydras all the way against Protoss. And a bit of creep here and there, but mostly creep highways. Not the kind of Zerg who would cover the entire map in purple. And he's been working on it, and he looked damn good doing it. WBG soO. One map away from winning $100 American on his debut in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. Even though $10 penalty, guys, for not being there yesterday. Nah, never. We'll never do soO dirty like that. If I have any admin around, could you guys please snooze the ads? 3 out of 3 snoozes are available. That should be safe. That mic is too high, I think, just blocking his face. I can lower it, mate. I can lower it. I can higher it. I actually kind of like having the microphone high. I'm just very used to it. And if it's too low, I feel out of my comfort zone. People don't really need my face. I'm just here, but the more I can cover of this face, the better my channel does. I'm no longer 23, unfortunately. So the more we hide, the better it is. Something on my nose? No, that's weird. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, matey. 37. Oh, I turned 37 a little while ago. That's how it goes if you were born in 1987. Great year though, mate. Quality year. Your back hurts? I gotta say, all those 9-hour, 8-hour, 7-hour days, my back is doing alright. It's mostly my knees that start hurting. Doesn't matter how I sit, even if I have like proper seating. If I sit in a plane as well these days on long journeys, like I just need to stand up. I never had this. I used to be the perfect sweet neighbor passenger where I would sit window and I would lock in 9 hours. I wouldn't stand up. I wouldn't do anything. And I know it's bad for you. You don't have to tell me, but I would never get out unless both of the neighbors went out. Not like, oh, okay, then I combine it. But these days, I do really need to stretch my legs after a couple hours. It's just like, it's not quite pain, but it just kind of starts lingering and it just hurts and hurts. And then I'm just wiggling in my chair, so I do walk around these days. Never been on a plane? I used to be a champ. These days, 5-6 hour flights. That's as much as I want. And the funny thing is that I used to hate transfers and now I kind of like it because it's like, a little break. I can grab a nice sandwich somewhere. I can stretch my legs, walk around the airport, get a bit of exercise in. Maybe have a beer somewhere. Like, yeah, I'm going to be home 5 hours later, but I don't care. I like the break. Yeah. It's a 2-base opening, guys, for future. No triple CC yet. So it is 2 base, a Stim, Hellions, a Liberator. We're now dropping a 3rd command center as part of our wall-off. It's obviously a little bit later than what it could be. What are we going to do here, Mr. Future? As the 2nd barracks is going to come online. soO scouts and immediately fires up 14 Zerglings. You own and run a gym? Where do you do that, Bellium? The Zoom sessions. I don't know if that would cut it for me. Future is gonna yellow it with Hellions. Oh, he's gonna commit, guys, but I actually think soO is ready. Future is committing with the Hellions, but I want to say our Korean Zerg is quite ready. Unless the Liberator is gonna show up as well. I mean, 11 drones, 12, 13 maybe with good target firing. 1 Liberator shot went on the Queen there, but 12 drones. I mean, it's okay-ish. It's really not as good as you may think it is. Because there is not going to be a way for Future to slow down soO anytime soon. So soO has all the time in the world to just replace those drones immediately. Now Future, ooh, RNG gods are good to him. I don't think I like it. You feel like your legs get stuffy? Yeah, it's hard to describe the feeling that I have in my knees. But it's like pain is too dramatic. It is not pain, but it's also when I sit in a car for a while. It's just the real urge to actually stretch your legs. And the longer they are bent, the more severe the feeling gets, where you're like, I really need to stretch my legs. Just outside of Toronto. Toronto is sick. Maybe, mate, if I ever go back to Canada, I'll at least stop by for a session. You can make me work hard for an hour and a half. But I'm gonna have to pass on the Zoom sessions. I was thinking of an armory in the beginning as well, Anubis Fair, but There was no armory, we just YOLO'd regular Hellions. We have a few tanks on the way as more Rexes are gonna finish up for future. I don't know about attacking into soO. Like, you know soO's gonna attack you, so is attacking into him a great call? Like, they're both moving out. Something about ships in the night. Future is now gonna realize, like, wait a minute, you have a lot of units there. He's going to siege up his tanks in the dead center of the map. It's just a few Zerglings, guys, but there's no firepower here for the American Terran. No, don't battle them with SCVs. I don't like that battle. I never really liked that battle. It's only 3, so it's really not that bad. Could have been worse, but it's still not pretty. Will we get a game 5? Will it be 3 out of the 4 series in the Big Brain Bouts going to game 5? Or is this going to be it? Well, soO is looking for another counterattack. Might morph a couple of those links into Banelings. Bailing speed is done. Seven Banes morphing. soO firing up a few drones. I like how soO is gonna battle, run by, and build drones at the same time. Tank target fire on the Banelings is decent, but there are just too many Zerglings, like always. How are the Banelings doing on the other side of the map? Oh, they are doing alright. 13 SCVs will go down. soO is starting to look better and better in this best of 5. So the Marines are gonna stim forward, gun down a couple of these queens. The Lings are still in high enough numbers. At least nice pickup on the queens. That is solid. Bailing run by was fantastic though. Throughout game 2, 3, and 4, it just continues to be soO is gonna find economic damage, and sure, Future killed a few drones this game. More than he did in the previous games, but I just don't think it's enough. Everywhere we look, it feels that our Korean Zerg legend soO just has so many freaking units. Well, if you look at the supply, it's not that bad for Future. If anything, it's pretty good. Work account is not that great. Army supply, the man should be ahead, but it really doesn't feel like he's ahead. A lot of units were chilling at home. As +2 attack and +2 armor is halfway done for Future. soO working on +2 melee and +2 carapace. Will it be 100 buckies going to soO, or are we gonna get a game 5? What will it be here on Oceanborn? Just 5 barracks at the moment. We don't have barracks 6, 7, and 8 yet. We also don't have a 4th command center. More than enough Zerglings. Next time I'm gonna cast soO, I'm just gonna record a couple lines about him having a lot of Lings and Banes. And I think that will work. I'm gonna be able to make it through half the cast without saying anything. "68 Marines and 5 tanks, not a single Widowmine," and I'm a little bit sad that we've given up on the Widowmines, guys. Because we cannot say that the Widowmines were not good on Side Delta. Even if he never really made many of them, and they were never really a part of any move out, just defensively they were awesome. I would really like to see a few more. With a mech army with flamethrowers. Hellbats are just kind of clumsy. Like, you can't just really make too many Hellbats. Tanks and Widowmines do the job better in general than Hellbats. Hellbats just get blown up by Banelings and they're slow. soO just sends it seconds before 2-2. It will finish up in the middle of this battle. And he gets each and every single tank. I really believe in Widowmines a little bit more than I believe in siege tanks here, as soO is just chasing Future so far off creep. That is a lot of healing though, guys. This is a lot of medevacs. That's not a fight that Zerglings are going to take. But Zerglings are starting to work on tanks in the natural. Are going to get on top of SCVs as well in the 3rd base. soO is a monster. The man does not have hive tech here though. Well, Future actually is out here with all these Marines. Needs to be careful. Alright, fires up hive. That is something that's very important. The man absolutely does need hive. Yeah. On Side Delta, the creep spread was amazing, and it is really no different here on Oceanborn. But a couple of the Banelings do get sniped. How many Banes remain? Only 8. 8 is not enough. Even if one of them did get a very good connection. The American Terran had enough. Said it is done. No more you attacking me. It is my time to shine before hive is done. No Adrenal Glands, no Ultras, no Vipers. Now he's slowing down. Future actually has a very big army. It's the first time that he's got way more stuff than soO, but he does not know. Similar to Scotty in Eurotrip, the man does not know. Will he know though? Is he gonna find out? Hopefully. Just trying a couple of good Baneling connections there, though the longer we wait, obviously the more Banelings we're looking at. Great fight here by soO, man. Gets the cleanup on the right side, gets the tank here as well. That really went about as good as it ever could have gone for soO. We does still need more units. We got 7 queens, 1200 minerals in the bank. Hive tech is done. Could fire up some upgrades if he wants to. Reynor glance 3-3. All the drones, by the way, are burrowed. And Future, the American Terran player, knows it. Throws down that scan, guns down all those drones. Minus 15, that's pretty good. Gets the hatchery as well. Thinking of dropping into the Nestro now. That's risky, but okay. It worked. Viper on the way. soO sees all these medevacs and he dreams of a sweet parasitic bomb. And Future just continues dropping those marines. It's actually very cool. Bang, a series, guys. Can't say that this was not a fun series. Who's gonna walk away with the 100 buckies? Is it Future or is it soO? Plus 3 weapons about to finish up for the American Terran. 115 army supply. Oh, but what a surround by soO. What a beautiful catch on a couple of these marines and tanks on the left side of the map. As now the leftover army is weak. That was the best moment that soO has had in a little while. All these marines with all their medevacs still doing the thing. One Viper is dreaming of a parasitic bomb. Baneling's getting sniped. Look at these marines. Sport on! Oh my god, what is this? A circle of blood. A circle of death. Sick. So deep on creep, fully surrounded, just standing there. 3-3 against 2-2 with a medevac for every single marine that's being attacked. What a fight. No circle of life, but a circle of blood. Blood rather. Or death. Wings and Banes getting a much better engagement this time around here on the high ground, as there's a bit of creep to work with as well. But soO is down in workers. He is going to get his hands on his Reynor. That's going to make his links a bit more powerful. Future is down to 33 as Marines. Shout out to Max. Who's going to win tomorrow, guys? Couple of queens with a lot of energy leading the charge. And one Viper is maxed out on energy. We could have really used the parasitic bomb once or twice on all this clumped up medevacs. One tank. He's getting a couple shots over the queen. Viper is looking. What are we going to go for? Is it an abduct? Is it a parabomb? No, he really wants that parabomb. And he lands the parasitic bomb, and that parasitic bomb is still on top of all the medevacs. Oh, Future, he's microing his marines, but now the Banelings connect. Oh, it's actually a cash money parasitic bomb. Probably well done by soO. Also, kind of setting up the alley-oop for a couple of the Banelings to make it through the cracks and connect with those marines. Nothing but bangers apparently when soO is playing ZVTs. It's a little bit reckless, and I don't think you can get away with it against a man like Maru, but it is fun and it is entertaining. I'd say he's in some trouble here on Oceanborn, but with Ultras against a man that doesn't have any ghost. 72 drones is not a lot, but we do have the top right side. We're gonna re-establish this base in the center as well. I feel like the Ultras are gonna slap here, guys. You wanna know how many tanks soO has killed? We can play the guessing game, mate. I guess that soO has killed 16 tanks. I'm gonna go with 16. 13. Any other guesses? 17, 12, 12. Alright. Everybody got their say. 15. 15 is the magic number. The Sheriff, you're the winner, mate. Congrats. And eat me raw. Sounds disturbing. Concussive Shells has finished up now. Tiny upgrade. Or maybe we already had it and I just looked at something else. There is a Ghost Academy on the way. 6 Baneling connection for these Banes at the bottom side of the map. One Ultra is now going to battle a tank and a Marine in the middle of a circle. That is not it. This fight should go a lot better. Oh, Parabomb! Parabomb! Look at the supply. 165. And the split up on the Liberator is fantastic. Guys, multiple medevacs full of units were mega low on HP. That could have been like minus 28 supply on a single parabomb, but that did not happen. 714 lings have fallen against 215 marines, 24 SCVs against 28 drones. The future definitely doing a better job in finding damage this game. The split off on the Liberator was so clutch there, otherwise he loses 20 supply almost immediately. SoO losing 12k resources more than. It's a lot, but then again it's also kind of standard I guess for his EVT. Well, depends who's playing. I think for SoO this honestly looks like a pretty standard game. We have Widow Mines. I love Widow Mines. Couple of decent connections. You got another mine. Kills a medevac. Still good connection on those Zerglings though, but there's still a few Banes in the mix. These Ultras are here with kindness plating and +3 carapace. More medevacs dying to Widow Mine friendly fire. We're gonna get a parasitic bomb as well on the 2 Liberators, but I think 1 or 2 Ultras not necessarily enough. We've got more Zerglings coming in from the bottom though. SoO just can't get enough. He says impossible is nothing, and he just keeps on rallying everything that the swarm has to offer. Through circles, up ramps, into choke points. Nothing is crazy enough for SoO. He gets 14 SCVs, got a lot of bases. What do we got here? Liberator in the bottom side of the map. There is a Spore Crawler, and that Spore is in range of at least 1 Liberator. That's going to help SoO a little bit. Should still move the Queen though. If not move the Queen, he's going to lose it. Oh! Future is running into an army of SoO. This was not quite the moment to move out. Future doesn't really have to move out. SoO's going to attack him anyway. Widow Mine! Bam! Not a good connection there. 1 or 2 of the ghosts are going to get picked off. We don't have personal cloaking, guys. Nice hot pickup there. I think personal cloaking is honestly very, very important. This kind of means that the ghosts just see you dying. Another parabomb in the middle of all these medevacs, and 2 or 3 medevacs die. 3, I think, in the end. So the Viper lives. SoO knows about this base in the bottom left side. He's probably very happy that he's mining up this one. I don't think we really need to talk about any split map scenarios, because SoO is just going to continue attacking. This is how he's built. Man, if this is how these games went, I'm so happy we didn't do it yesterday night, guys. Because if I had to do this yesterday after back-to-back best of 7s and then 2 best of 5s that already went to game 5, I would not have had the energy for it. Even now I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, it's another 6-hour and 16-minute day, but it's been a very fun day. Banger games. WTL was awesome. And this best of 5. Also incredibly entertaining stuff. You think it looks really good for future? I think it's a little bit too early to say it looks really good for him. Man's got 3 ghosts. I feel like if we have a few more ghosts, a few more lips, I'm willing to agree, but we're very Marine Marauder heavy, and I don't know if that's necessarily going to cut it. It is definitely more winnable than last game, that I agree with. Now here come Lings with Adrenal Glands and Ultras. They're gonna get on top of this planetary, and future loses a pretty important video game. Armies are going to clash over here in the top right side. Parasitic Bomb once more is going to land. Nice micro on the medevac that is effective. Lings still get good connections as Lings come in from the bottom left. What the hell is happening here? 2 Ultras against the planetary, and the Ultras win. They came, they saw, they conquered, and SoO doesn't just take out a single base, he takes out back-to-back bases. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, what's happening? Oh my goodness, we just saw Demon Creep. Future had enough of it, he just wants to send it. I really want to see how well this Ultra can do. But it's Lings and Banes battling on Creep. Future still has the bigger army, but SoO has way more bases. He's going to have reinforcements for days, and he still has a very happy Ultra that's dancing in the natural future. I don't know if this army can win the game. Can a single Liberator, a couple of Marauders, and a few Ghosts and a few Marines win the game? I don't think so on Creep. Future is YOLO sending it, and SoO is broke. A lot of the Banelings do get cancelled. The Baneling nest is going to be exposed. The 0 Banes in the mix, another Parabomb is going to at least make life a little bit harder. Oh, Widow Mine friendly fire, we have to be careful. Those Widow Mine shots are good. We unload in the circle. The circle of freedom as 1 Ultra dies, 2nd Ultra dies, Queen can save it. What on earth are these games? In the end, SoO with his non-stop reinforcements will survive. He's gonna lose a couple drones to the Liberator. The Liberator will fall. Widowmine shot will deal so much damage against these medevacs. What do we have left? 17 Marines, 12 Marauders, and 2 Ghosts. Where are those units? I'm afraid for our future that soO is just a little too rich. Too much swarm. Fucking bugs, guys. Silly. Oh my god, almost 1200 Zerglings have fallen in only 22-minute game. Another parasitic bomb is gonna take out at least one medevac, maybe more if we fly back into it. As more lings are being rallied to the top left side, soO is setting up a surround. Future is running out of steam, running out of momentum, and after 22 minutes and 22 seconds, it is soO who wins a banger of a game at Ocean Board. After losing 1216 Zerglings, 10 Queens, 12 Ultras, but it did not matter. GG, our Korean Zerg, soO walks away with $100. Future will get $25 for playing a series that was supposed to happen yesterday. It happened today, and it still was awesome. I'm happy with it. GG's, guys. GG. Our Hellion is good in that situation. I think more Widow Mines. I just think not one or two. Like, the mines were awesome. Every time we saw the mines, they were awesome. But you cannot expect 4 mines to stop 140 Zerglings over and over again. Like, some Hellbats, a random Blue Flame Hellbat here and there, maybe. But it kind of changes the pace that your army moves at. And obviously, they can't run away from Banelings, etc. I think mines would have been sick. Now, I don't think he really forgot Drilling Claws. I just think it was a choice not to get it, because he wanted to play Marine Tank. Anyway, awesome series, guys. I liked it. I hope you guys liked it. I will send a little message to soO. Make sure that he fills it in. Because we want to make sure that he gets paid. I think. I hope he's done it.